It's Monday, October 12th, and I am starting my ride to Chicago. It's going to be my longest ride, so about 4,000 miles round trip. And picked up my tent from Jeff's, and I'm ready to go now. So I'll be taking 80 East all the way from the Bay to Illinois, and you can't really get lost on there. So I haven't planned or booked anything for this entire trip. I just want to see how I'll be able to handle it. And I also don't know how far I can go each day on my bike, so my bike was wobbling during acceleration and deceleration at high speeds, and it was not safe. I stopped at Simon's and I was like, can we trade tents? Because I thought his was lighter. It was a pound lighter, and we spent like an hour ratcheting. I was not happy. So now what I'm gonna do, I only made it to Oakland from Oakland. I'm gonna drop the tent off at Jeff's, switch for a hammock, because my bike wasn't wobbling when I was riding from my house to Oakland without a tent. It's like, I don't know, 10 pounds. Okay, I've removed the tent and I'm gonna substitute that for a hammock. It'll be uncomfortable for me, but whatever. I'm just trying to lower the weight and get out of here. So let's try this again. Okay, I finally made it to SAC and eating lunch at, I don't know, 6 p.m. because I spent all day rushing. So just gonna eat some pasta and 2 things of full fat Greek yogurt. I made it to Reno around 9 and I booked an Airbnb. I was looking at campsites, but the nearest campground to Reno was in the Tahoe Mountains, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this right now after all of the bike issues after today, and I didn't want to set up in the dark, and it was hella cold. So, booked a room for tonight. We're gonna try to camp the rest of the way. We'll see. Good morning. It's day 2. October 13th, and I'm going to have breakfast and journal a bit in this Airbnb backyard, and there's this beautiful scenery and mountains. I have to stop by REI to get a poop shovel because I forgot mine at home. I'm going to disperse camp at Volcano Creek Campground. I don't know how that's going to be because I don't have a tent, but I could just wrap my mosquito net around my sleeping bag so the tarantulas don't get me at night. Stay tuned! I made it to Battle Mountain in Nevada, and I'm hella tired, I'm like dozing off, so I'm going to take a nap at this park. Hopefully no one steals my bike. Oh well. So this is where I slept last night. As you can see, there's no trees to use my hammock, and I used these rocks to hold down the mosquito net so nothing would crawl on me when I was sleeping. Put my leathers and my equipment inside the net with me in case, I don't know, someone tried to grab it and I could hear it. Locked up my helmet next to my bike. Here is my dishwashing station on the rock. Thank goodness that was there. And then my hole for leave no trace. Here are the mountains where the mountain lions could potentially reside and eat me. There's the Bonneville Salt Flats. I'll show you that later as I drive by. There's East 80 and there's Wendover. It's breakfast time! So, on these trips, when I'm camping or backpacking, or I guess you can have a motorcycle touring, I usually eat 3 packets of oatmeal just because I don't have food accessible throughout the day as I would at home. So I want to load up my calories. made it to the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. One of the joys of owning a motorcycle is regular maintenance. So I've hit about 500 miles and I'm going to clean and lube the chain. You're supposed to do this every 600, but it's easier for me to remember every 500. Pulled over at a gas station and here we go. Middle of day 3, I made it to Salt Lake City, Utah, and I noticed my chain was a little loose, so I called Addictive Behavior and they took me in right away. Bless them! Tied my chain and also replaced my front tire. They said it was getting kind of bald, so might as well do that sooner or later. And now I'm back on the bike. I need to hit 200 more miles to hit my 300-mile goal to get to Chicago in about 7 days. So trying to get to Wyoming. Okay, so there's high wind advisory warnings of 60 to 75 miles an hour, and it's pretty bad. I'm gonna try to ride through it. If not, I'll just turn around and sit at this Burger King for like 3 hours until it slows down at 7. Wish me luck! I made it to Green River, Wyoming. Good morning. It's day 4, Thursday, and I ended up camping last night at Rochelle Public Access area. I ain't trying to pay $80 for a hotel I'm only going to be in for 8 hours, so that's not worth it to me. Look at my eyes. They're so puffy. It looks like I got stung by a bee on my entire face. Whatever. It was hella cold last night. I think I already knew this, but upon reflecting, a tent keeps out the wind chill, and that's the price I paid for weight. It was so cold, my camelback froze, and when I was like thirsty in the middle of the night, I was sucking super hard and nothing was coming out. Anyways, look how pretty this is. I don't know if you can see the netting. There's a river down there. That did not look like this last night. This looks like some creepy backwoods, dark, gravelly road to the middle of nowhere, like in Beauty and the Beast. And there's no lighting, so you can't see shit. So, I don't know. I'm just happy to be alive, and I didn't get blown away, or snowed, or frostbitten out. I slept terribly, because I woke up every 2 hours, and my toes were freezing, or like, my mummy sack, once I like squinched up the drawstring, even that teeny tiny little hole, the wind was coming through, so I kept waking up, and I didn't want to get bit by a rattlesnake, so every noise I heard, I like jerked up and made sure I wasn't about to get bit or eaten or kidnapped or whatever. But the mind plays tricks on you, but I'm very happy. To Cheyenne, Wyoming, and it's cold as balls. It's like 37 degrees in the daytime. Anyways, stopped at Luxury Diner, and thank you, Soul, for this tea. It's keeping me warm. I just got to North Platte, Nebraska, and I don't know why, but my metabolism has been increasing, probably trying to keep my body warm. So I stopped at Noel's and I got some Mexican food, and I've only had rolled tacos in San Diego, but they have them here, so I had to get them. Here's the archway at Kearney, Nebraska. I just arrived in Omaha, Nebraska. It was about 300 miles from, where did I stay? Ogallala, Nebraska. Pumped some gas, and the ride was fine. A bunch of big rigs, standard for 80 East. And I'm a little hungry, so I found Greenland Grocery on Yelp. So let's see what they have. The owner of Greenland Grocery was so nice. His name is Assam, and he made a little chair for me so I could eat. So I was gonna camp at Omaha, Nebraska, but when I was talking to Basan, he was like, it takes 6 to 8 hours to drive to Chicago from there, and I was like, I thought I only had 200 miles left. So I GPS'd it, and I had 467 miles left, and I was like, there's no way I'm riding that in a day because I wanted to get to Chicago tomorrow. So I cranked out another 100 something, and now I'm in Des Moines, Iowa, and this place is pretty sketchy. I'm okay with sketchy, but not when my bike is outside. So I started riding my bike inside, but I had some trouble, and then I saw some guy smoking a few doors down next to me, and I was like, can you help me? And he was like, okay. And then this lady started screaming, and I was like, is that your girlfriend? And he's like holding the door for me, and I was like, no, that's some crazy lady. And I was like, what are you doing? Stop looking at her and let me in. And I like pushed the bike in, and now I feel safe. Good morning. It's day 6, Saturday, October 17th, and I feel so much better. I'm making my oatmeal for breakfast, and I'll be heading out and riding about 300 miles to Chicago, and I'll be there today. I'm so happy. Eliza, I'm almost there. It's time to clean and lube my chain again. It's hella windy, but it has to be done. Okay, I just cleaned my chain and lubed it. It was super windy, so it took longer than usual. Getting lunch at this gas station, and there's not too many choices, so I mean there's not too many choices without meat. So I got my yogurt, boiled eggs, and of course string cheese. I'm about 200 miles out from Chicago right now. I made it. I stopped at Turbo Tacos and got a quesadilla with rice and beans. I made it back to Eliza's, and she'll be here in like 20 minutes. It's gonna rain the next week, so I didn't bring my motorcycle cover, obviously because it's hella bulky. So I'm gonna use good old hammock.
Welcome to the beach.
Okay, I'm at the drive-thru at Garrett's to get some popcorn for you, Crystal. This is for you, and some for my mom and brother. And I told her I liked her face mask, and she's gonna give me one. She's so nice. It's day 11, and today is the day I head back to California. We're eating some breakfast. Eliza made me some vegetarian breakfast burritos to go. I cleaned the chain on my bike, lubed it, and I'm gonna ride 530 miles to Kansas City to avoid some thunder clouds, snow, and like super cold weather. So this is my route going home from Chicago back to the Bay. I didn't want to go on the 80 again because I was saying you can't cheat death twice, so I wanted to avoid those 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, and I had to avoid a thunder snowstorm going down the Midwest, and that's why I cut down further south versus going 40 across, which would have been faster but more freezing and more unbearable. Okay, we made it to Gardner, Illinois, and thank goodness it's sunny. I have about 6 hours to ride 400 miles, including lunch and breaks and all that. But it's going to start thunderstorming in Kansas City at 7 p.m. So we are racing against time. Okay, so I made it to Missouri, and I just paid $1.78 for gas. Isn't that crazy? Look at this cool mural at the gas station. So I have about 200 miles left to Kansas City, and I feel pretty good, but I think I'm gonna eat something because it's like 3 in the afternoon right now and I haven't eaten lunch yet. So this fly is like hovering around all these dead bugs. Thunderstorm, and when I was like maybe like 30 miles out from St. Joseph, you just see this ominous cloud above the city, and there's like lightning in different directions, and I'm just like talking to myself in my helmet like, please don't electrocute me. But I was fine, and I just got a little wet, so all my gear's drying right there on that chair. Dinner has salad. That's not all though. I have like carrots and my little potato soup in that pot. It's gonna rain and thunderstorm until like 11 a.m. tomorrow, which is about checkout time, so that works out perfectly. And then we'll be on our way. It's day 12 and it's pretty cold right now. Thunderstorms rolled over, and I'll be riding to Oklahoma City today. Oops, I hella just dropped my bike, so I need to fix the gear shifter, and good thing AutoZone was right around the corner. Okay, let me borrow these. Let's see. Oops, I can't shift like that. There's no space. Yay, we did it! We can shift and go home. Bless you, AutoZone. To Oklahoma City to my Airbnb, but I think I made it to France. Good morning. It's day 13 and I'm leaving Oklahoma City. I also realized that my room, this one, was converted from a garage. So, not bad from sleeping on the floor, but I think it's pretty funny. So, gonna pump gas and heading towards Texas. I don't know where I'll end up, depending how tired I am, but hopefully we can go camping today, because we've been sleeping in too many rooms, and we ain't about that life. Dude, gas is $1.58 here. Alright, we found some cool murals for my bike, but we had to go through this lumpy, bumpy grass and gravel area where we're not supposed to ride in. I don't condone illegal behavior. Okay, back on the road. Okay, I made it to Canute. I don't even know where I am. Hold on, let me check. I'm still in Oklahoma. I'm gonna eat a mishmash of leftovers that I have. Thank you, Eliza, for the bag of apples you didn't want. I'm on my last one. Got my carrots, string cheese. Hold on. This gas station had I'm not really attractive right now. They have deep fried green beans. I'm gonna try it out. That was hella cute. So I was just eating my apple and then some old timers started talking to me and they're like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from California." They're like, "Y'all are wild up there." And I was like, "I know, we're a bit crazy." And they're like, "It's better to live out here in Oklahoma." And I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "The people are nicer." I'm like, I could believe that, but I said, we're not all that crazy and we're not all that bad. And they're like, yeah. I just got to Amarillo, Texas, and it's like a ghost town here. Like, there's like cool murals and restaurants, but they're all closed. So I'm gonna head over to the next town. So I was kind of hungry and I found this. And I'm gonna eat here before I ride 100 miles to the state park where I'm gonna camp at. Dude, they have hot Cheetos. I got a banana, coconut, aguas frescas, and I also got this tama elote. So it's like a tamale elote with crema, mayonesa, queso fresco, y salsa verde. Tamale elote. Alright y'all, I made it to New Mexico. I'm at San John City Park. Apparently like RVs and campers can camp here for free, so lucky me. It's actually kind of creepy because I've never stayed at a place with people this trip. People have their own dangers other than wild animals, so I picked a corner and I'm gonna set up my floor luxury mattress behind my bike, and hopefully no one bothers me, but I'll be sleeping with my knife and pepper spray. See you guys tomorrow. It's day 14. I'm in San John, New Mexico. It's hella cold outside, so I'm pretty sure it would have taken forever for my oatmeal to warm up. So I went to the gas station right around the corner and used the hot water from their cappuccino machine. I need to avoid like 16-degree weather further west, so I'm actually gonna go south to Las Cruces, and I need to clean and lube my chain. It's gonna be a cold day today, so I'm trying to warm up as much as I can before I head out. String cheese, yogurt, and leftovers. Alright y'all, I made it to Las Cruces, New Mexico. I was running away from a thunderstorm and snowstorm, so rode about 430 miles today. All the restaurants are either fast food or Mexican, which I'm kind of tired of. So I went to Sprouts, and my dinner tonight is coconut water, a huge thing of yogurt, and dried green beans. I'm very happy. Alright y'all, I'm at Picacho Peak Dispersed Camping. I took the first spot because it's like this really soft, sandy dirt, and my bike is not a dirt bike, so I almost dropped it a few times, so just going to settle. Plus this is closer to like the houses in the hills, and they're like really nice. They look like mansions. Can't see anything right now, but I'll show you what this looks like in the morning. I can see the entire city, so I feel a lot calmer than before. Good morning, y'all. It's day 15. Let's see if my eye's red. It's not as red as yesterday, but I feel pretty good. This is a really good spot in Picacho Mountain, and there aren't too many cars driving by. The dirt road is right here, and then the new development of really nice homes is right there. Let me show you a panoramic. It was too windy to make oatmeal in the mountains, so I got this burrito from Santa Fe Grill at this gas station. Totally vegetarian, but I loaded it up with like cheese, potatoes, rice, beans, all of the above. So now I'm gonna try to find somewhere outdoor to sit and also charge my phone, because it's getting tough, y'all, without GPS. Alright, y'all, this is what my life has come down to. I couldn't find a place for me to charge my phone and eat. But I found this wall outlet by this dumpster. Alright, y'all. Goodbye, New Mexico. We're going to go to Phoenix, Arizona, which is about 385 miles away. It's hella dusty and windy here, and there's going to be the thunder and snowstorm here tomorrow, so we gotta get out of here. Goodbye, bike. Okay, so I rode about 240 miles and I just got to Tucson, Arizona, drinking some chocolate milk, helping with my weight gain. And then I'm gonna head to Phoenix, which is like 110 miles from here. Alright, y'all, we've upgraded from, actually downgraded from zip ties to paper clips. My fairing came a little loose, lost the bolt of course, so I put a paper clip. I made it to Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm hella tired, and all I want is a banana and some juice. I think I'm gonna find a place to stay tonight because it's hella dusty here, and I don't want my sleeping bag to get all dirty because I don't want to figure out how to wash it. Yeah. It's day 16. I just woke up in Phoenix, and I'll be going to San Diego today. Another 300 something miles. I just clean and lube my chain. I have to do that like every other trip, which is a bit tedious but necessary. My bike is falling apart. I'm sorry, bike. I have a whole new set of fairings at home, which I will install after I paint them, and that's just another project in itself. Gonna find some murals right now, and I need to find someone to help me sit on my bike so I could fill up the oil. I can do it myself, but I don't feel comfortable completely like tilting it on one side and like looking under the bike. We'll see. Of course, when I was taking off, I almost tried to steal my own bike again. Good thing I didn't drop my bike this time. gonna start riding to San Diego, but I was super thirsty and I was like, instead of buying like an orange juice or apple juice from a gas station, let's support a local business. So I got Jamaica from this restaurant like right around the corner from the Murals. It's called La Cocina Economica, and I got cheese enchiladas. I'm 200 miles from San Diego and I can't wait to get back to Cali so I can split lanes. I'm so impatient. Alright, I'm 100 miles out and I couldn't see anymore. Look at my helmet or my visor, whatever. Pretty crazy. It's day 17. I'm leaving San Diego to go to Tustin to crash at my cousin's camp. Thank you, great